So what have you since then? You know, thankfully you kind of got back on your feet mentally too.
Yeah.
So now you're in Vegas with Tico and Jarvis and
Jarvis,
Nikon.
Nikon. Yeah, we live together.
So what are you up to now?
I started a couple years ago actually a management company, and you know I've always been good at getting views on YouTube for people.
Do you do like content management, social media management?
Yeah, got a great team, so like they can. It works itself, you know. I'm obviously there doing stuff, but the company moves without me, which is great. So that's
everyone's dream, I think.
Yeah, I mean, no, it doesn't move without, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but I mean, like,
I don't have to be there 8 hours a day.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, there's parts of FaZe where I feel like if I wasn't doing certain things, it wouldn't.
Absolutely.
That's the worst feeling. So, and obviously Jarvis is like fully boxing. Even right now, you're in LA right now because he's sparring here.
Yeah, we're here to spar.
And you're like his, like I said earlier, you're like his like manager's not the right word, but like you like run Jarvis from outside looking in.
Yeah,
seems like you like Jarvis just shows up and does what he needs to do. And you handle everything else.
Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah, his coach does love saying that. She's like manager of the year.
Yeah, so you spend a lot of time like helping Jarvis in his career.
Yeah,
as well.
So like, there's a saying, and like, in no way am I calling myself a brain, but like in the family, it's like the brains and the brutes. Jarvis is clearly a brute.
Yeah,
I can help him. You know, like he's made a lot of money and he's got a lot of like real estate and stuff that I make sure is going smoothly and like all that, because like you don't want to be the guy that makes the money and then loses all the money.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
So you're like, you help manage basically everything for him, investments and stuff like that.
And when you see how much you have to box, like you can't think about anything, especially after getting beaten. So I just make sure he.
What kind of investments have you guys made?
A lot of real estate. So we have a real estate in the United Kingdom.
Okay.
We do it in Liverpool.
Okay.
Which is a good spot. We've been growing that for a while, actually. Jarvis, we got the first house when he was 18. And then, you know, you can kind of like buy a house, have somebody rent it, pay off a certain amount of the mortgage debt, and then remortgage it and get more. And like the only linear factor is time. So like if you start early, like 4 houses, and you say you wait 4 years, and you can have 4 years, and you can have 16.
Wow.
So it's a very good, consistent, strong thing. We did that. Obviously, like just through like not a crazy amount, but like Bitcoin, that was a good one.
Yeah.
As well. Like there's this company called MicroStrategy, which it's a stock. But when it was blowing up, well, before it blew up, I was like, yo, Jarvis, we should like buy this. Like I really like this guy and everything. This guy, Michael Saylor. We got really lucky on that one. That was really cool.
Invested early in.
And then, I mean, mate, this is crazy to talk about, but we did you know, Jarvis and I invested money into FaZe. I don't know if you remember that. But when Justin Kenner was like the CFO, I think it was 2019, before Clybourne, we each did 50K into FaZe. And when the company went public, that was actually, we were able to sell that because that wasn't options.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys sold it?
Yeah.
At what, $20?
Yeah, about 15.
Wow. How much did that turn into?
About, but for me and Jarvis combined, it was about $1 million.
That's crazy. Wow. I mean, I'm not mad about you making money off of it. I can't imagine how much money other people made off of it, but
I mean, bro,
that's crazy.
Buy goes up, sell goes down.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's insane. I mean, obviously, you know, our story is I still haven't sold anything.
Yeah.
But watched it all the way to 18 cents.
Yeah, bro. I don't even like saying that because.
No, I mean, I'm not mad
even
to hear.
With Tico, like I spoke about Tico, and I'm like,
I know he never sold his investment.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I've still got all my options. I haven't sold a single one of those.
Same.
We did buy those, but this was the seed A investment or something we did.
See, I know I have some Series A. The thing is, I unfortunately also, like, you guys did a really good job of reaching out, getting lawyers, getting representation, getting people that have knowledge in this stuff, getting advice. Yeah. I never did any of that, unfortunately, either.
It was quite a stress at one point. Maybe I reached out to you, but because of the share price or something that the lawyer at the time gave us, our tax bill on the $1 million was $850,000, and then it was like months. And then somebody at FaZe, I forget who they are, sorry, was like, oh no, sorry, this is the price, and fixed it. It was like,
oh wow,
3-4 months of thinking like, oh well, this is all for nothing.
Yeah. It is very confusing. The whole thing, the whole way the market works to me is confusing, and it is. It's good to your point of having a team and people you could trust around you. It's very important. So,
very important. Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that you were able to get something out of that. So,
mate, I mean, obviously, we could have had a lot more. Like, you know, like
I wish. Yeah, we could have. That's what sucks, right?
People like at one point, I was literally with Jarvis, like, we're chilling. I'm sure as you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's a crazy thing.
Definitely felt like that at one point. The thing is, unfortunately for me, fortunately, I think in some ways, I just never really believed it. Like, I was like, in my head, I was always like, until I see the money in my bank, I just don't believe it. All the raising at this value and that value, like, even when we went public, like, if I was to go I'd go on the calculator on my phone, put my shares times the price. I'd look at it, I'm like, there's no way it's real. Like, there's just no way that's real. Yeah. And it was at some point, but you couldn't sell it.
Some people made that ish much money, bro.
I don't even want to know. That's the kind of stuff I actually would rather not know. I'm sure.
You can go and look at it online.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even want to know. Someone told me recently, oh, yeah, I was talking to some old FaZe employee that made millions. I'm like, I don't know how anyone would have made millions, but I think for sure if they sold early on. Yeah. I would rather just move on in my brain from that whole.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
From that. No, trust me, I'm good now. And I've already accepted it. Yeah. It took me a couple of years, but I'm like, it is what it is. I actually don't stress about it. I don't think about it. Yeah. It's just, it taught me a lot of big lessons also, where it's just like, people are very greedy. People are very selfish. And I just really want to minimize the amount of people I have to work with again in my life.
Less stress, more success.
Yeah, it is. But it's all, we're very blessed either way.
Yeah.
For all the experiences that we've had. And
yeah, but think about how much we've done.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. I'm enjoying. I think I'm now. I'm 28, almost 30. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to I'm obviously still part of FaZe, and I'm not as involved as I've been in the past, but I'm not really sure what's gonna play out with FaZe. I don't know how everything's playing out. Banks is just doing his thing and he's crushing it, but I'm like getting ready to go in my 30s and try to really just look at that as like a new, instead of focusing on what we've done, and we had an amazing 20s. We did a lot of cool things. I think I really believe that the 30s could be even better than the 20s. So
yeah, a lot of people do say the 30s are the best years.
Yeah, so trying to figure out what to do, what to do in that time. But it has been really cool. We've been very blessed. I mean, you've been obviously again almost 15 years now online. Yeah. So you have very recognizable face, especially with the Jarvis, Fortnite. Yeah, the little kids. You got the old viewers.
Yep.
You still have people I'm sure come up to you all the time and
mate.
What is it? You get memed about? You get haters in public? I feel like no.
What's crazy is I've never met a hater in public.
Really?
Not one time. Like, like if I've been at a gaming event, and like some kids run up past me, like maybe, like nothing direct or random. But mate, it's great because a lot. I was talking to Jarvis about this the other day in Miami, because in Miami there were so many people recognizing us, and every single person was like, "You're my childhood."
Yeah, that's all we hear now, right? It's so crazy.
My childhood.
That's how we know we're old, brother.
Bro. It's really cool though.
Oh, but people that are saying that to you are probably speaking of the Fortnite era.
Yeah.
Which is even weirder.
I always ask them, like, you play Fortnite? Like, yeah, I'm like, all right, I just want to know.
That's what's even crazier. Like, I've talked about this. So I made Fortnite videos for like maybe a year or two. And there's so many people that came up asking about, like, that they used to watch my Fortnite videos. I'm like, dude, to me, that era was like nothing. I think, like, whenever someone's coming to me, it's coming from New York or Call of Duty. So it's weird. I mean, you probably have so many. So I'm sure you enjoy that aspect of life, people still coming up and being recognized in public.
I mean, like, it's cool. It's an honor to be able to have people that recognize you because of work and things you've done. But like, I don't necessarily enjoy being in the middle of the spotlight and things like that. Like, I like kind of, being on the side, helping people out, helping them reach their potential, things like that.
Yeah. So you always want to make content, you think?
Yeah, I don't think really I'm going to stop. Like, it's like I won't be like regimented about it, but I'll definitely. I really enjoy it. Like,
I mean, to your point earlier of like looking up your driver's test, like you like that aspect of it, just having everything documented.
No, I really do. Yeah, and like Snapchatting as well is good fun. That's a big thing that we do now as well.
Really,
like, that's cool because it's much easier and freer and on the go. It's cool. It's seeing all the pictures we have.
Yeah. I might come to Vegas. There's a guy I might go film out there with. So if I do, I'm gonna definitely come stop by your guys' house.
Definitely do that.
I know I always see you guys cooking. You, Nikon, and Tico, all of you are chefs. Bro. All three of you got cooking skills. And I always see you guys throwing on the grill. So
smoking meats, bro. Yo, once you realize how good they are.
Yeah.